Hey, this is Joe Bakhmutsky. I'm the creator of Simplify Cancer. And look, I know how crazy things get when you're diagnosed with cancer. Like your entire life is just turned upside down. And I know that going to see your oncologist really brings it home. Like it's real. It's actually happening, right? So I think a lot of the stress comes from just this uncertainty about not really knowing what's going on. And that's where I want to help you. I want to help you with just what you can expect. Because I talk to a lot of oncologists, a lot of specialists through my Simplify Cancer podcast. And I know that actually these are great people, that they put a great amount of effort in to not only become the oncologist, but also really to stay in this profession. Because they have to go through so much training to keep up to date with the latest research, to really make sure that they're giving you the best advice possible for your situation. So you can really trust this person to look after you. You can really trust this person to be there for you, to answer any questions that you might have, and to give you the best advice possible. But I think to really get them to give you the best answers that you really need to get you through treatment, you also want to be prepared with the questions that are really important to you right now. Questions like, what are my treatment options? Do I need to do any tests before it starts? How do I know that the treatment is working? That's pretty big, right? So having those questions prepared is really important. And also just thinking about what are some of the things that are bothering you right now? What are the things that are actually keeping you up at night? Because it's so easy to think, well, I know what I'm going to ask, but the reality is there's so much going on that it's just easy to forget, honestly, And so just write those things down, write those questions down and take them with you. And also another thing you want to take with you is a friend or a partner, someone who can just come along and just be there for you. And you can just say to them, say to your partner or a friend, do you mind coming with me and just be there for me and just listen, so that you can actually just compare notes later, because it's so easy to miss anything or misinterpret something. And also, another critical thing about having someone there with you is they're going to help you take your mind off things. Because when you think about it, you have to get to the hospital or wherever you see your specialist. You also have to just sit in the waiting room. And that is, for me, the worst time possible. Because you're sitting in the waiting room, you're just racking your head, you're thinking about what's going on and what's going to happen. That's the worst time possible. So it really helps to have someone there you can just talk to about things that have nothing to do with cancer. So you can just really take your mind off things. That's really helpful. So, okay, so you're there, you're in your oncologist office, you've got your own questions, you've got your friend or a partner there, and they're telling you the answers. So I think it's really important to make notes, just to write things down, and even just to play through it and say, so if I understood you correctly, the treatment is going to be this, this, and this. The most likely side effects, are this and that. It's going to start on this date. And the way I need to prepare is I need to go and do this test. Is that correct? So I think it really helps to just clarify things in your head. And what can also be tremendously helpful is recording this conversation. And you can just ask your specialist permission and say, look, is it okay if I record our conversation on my mobile phone, just for reference, in case I miss anything or misinterpret anything or forget? And most people will be more than happy to let you do it, because it's all about making sure that you know what's going on every step of the way. Another thing that really is important to ask your specialist is how you can follow up. Because I promise you, you're gonna have more questions. And the next appointment, you might be in a couple of weeks. So it's a great idea to say, well, what is the best way to follow up with you in case I have more questions? Could I grab your email or mobile phone? That can be really helpful, right? So, and again, most specialists would be more than happy to tell you about this because after all, they want to make sure that you are happy that you know what's happening, right? That's what it's all about. So we've talked about making notes. We've talked about preparing questions. We've talked about bringing someone else along and having a follow-up method. And I can't understate the importance of having the right questions prepared about things that are bothering you right now. Things that are really just keeping you up at night, And I've made a list of key questions for you that you can just print out and take along with you. They're all in just one page. There's room to write down answers. So I've called it your top oncologist visit checklist. You can download it right on this page. Just put in your name and email and hit download your first visit oncologist checklist. And it's a simple PDF that you simply print out and take it with you. I think so much of the stress and the worry comes from uncertainty. And when you're prepared, it just takes it away because you know what's going on. You know what you can expect. And I know how tough this is for you, my friend, but I really believe that you can get through this. When you're prepared, when you know what's going on, it's just going to help you so much. I really believe you can do this and get through treatment. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later.